Hi guys, welcome to the Eliot estate. Today I am in our flower garden because I want to get some things planted, and it is like the most perfect day for planting. It's overcast, slight drizzles here and there, but 65 degrees is the high, and that is just so odd for, we're almost rolling into July. So I'm just really thrilled that it is like perfect. I want to be planting some lavender, and I have a couple boxwoods that I want to get in the ground. Here is our flower garden, and I typically do, oh my gosh, I just noticed we have a dahlia. I'll take you over there. Cut flowers over here, peonies over here, there's an asparagus patch, and then in the back we have some David Austin roses and a hydrangea hedge. I have quite a bit of garden cleanup. You can see there's some rolled up landscaping fabric that I need to get down, and just the peony bed needs weeded and stuff like that. But today I want to focus on doing a row of lavender here walking into the garden. So this is the main entrance. You can see I put a little vista down there with a fountain currently. I do have, if you're familiar with unique stone, I do have the Galloway urn. So it's like a tall, slender, beautiful urn that I'm going to be putting right where that concrete fountain is. And we're going to be adding on, I think, 2 more beds. So short beds, just like the asparagus patch, that will go like right behind these longer beds. And wherever you are seeing all this black plastic is where we will have gravel walkways. So it'll be very clean in the end. That beautiful sound of the crunching pea gravel underneath of your feet. So that is why everything is laid. It's just kind of to help control the weeds right now. But I'm thinking that I want to do lavender down these 2 beds, and then you can see I capped off the aisles with boxwoods that I would love to keep in a tight sphere form. So I am planting Hidcote lavender. You guys know that we are making lavender fields up on the family farm, and I had some leftover Hidcote, however you say it, lavender in these little 2x2 squares, and they are ready to get out of their containers. You can see that they're starting to yellow. I have been keeping them watered, but they're just not happy in their small little containers. So I was thinking, you know what, let's plant some lavender down here. I think it'd be really pretty. Hidcote gets about 12 to 18 inches high and wide, so I think it'd be a nice like low hedging perennial that we can plant here, and it'd be really pretty once everything is finished out with a pea gravel. Have purple blooms just going down to that urn, and then that'll all be planted up, and it'll just be really pretty in the end. And then over here I have green velvet boxwoods, and they have been in their can since last year, so I'm sure they're ready to get out of their little nursery can. And I think it would just be really cute just to have an evergreen interest there on the corner as kind of like the main entrance into the garden. So I have about 28, I think. These are 18, plus I have a half a tray and such. 26, 28, somewhere in there. And I stepped off these railroad ties. I stepped them off, and they were like roughly about 15 feet long. And so I think I'm just going to divvy up the lavender into even amounts, and then just space them about 1 foot to 18 inches apart. And then I'm going to have to come in here with a knife, and I'll probably just make little X's and then get those planted along the railroad ties. Over here in this bed, I have dahlias, and I didn't know I had a dahlia opened. This is Rock Run Ashley. Super pretty, kind of peachy coral yellow. Oh, it's so divine. And then you can see, I think this is Rock Run Ashley as well. Maybe that's an earlier stage bloom. I don't know. It's so pretty. So I have a whole bunch of dahlias in this bed, and then I have just a few over there. But I typically like to do cut flowers in these 2 beds. It's just really pretty. I love having them there, and just a pop of color. And then, like I said, we'll have 2 shorter beds back here. So in the end, it'll feel very like zoned or structured. And then we have the roses and the hydrangeas there in the background. So what I'm going to do is just go get my tools. I'm going to space these out, and then, like I said, I'll make little slits in the plastic, pop those in the ground. I think they'll be a lot happier, and we'll see. If they don't do too well this year, I believe that next year they'll flush back, and they should be a lot happier than what they are now. But you can see that some of them are starting to throw up some blooms, so it might be just like perfect timing to get them in the ground so they can stretch their legs a little bit. So let's get to planting and get these things in the ground. Got it all done and it looks so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I can just imagine it in full bloom. So I started in on this project and I was gonna, you know, slash the fabric, and then I was like, duh, Alyssa, why don't I just burn the holes? I had everything all set up from our lavender fields that I was like, I'll just go grab the torch. And then I picked up this auger from Power Planter, and I don't have the correct drill, but I figured with it being just like a small, like 3 inches that I need to go down for these little lavender plugs, I was just using it, and then I ran out of battery like almost towards the end. So I ended up hand digging the rest of this row and such, but I filled the holes with Biotone starter fertilizer, and then I started on digging these holes for the boxwoods, and I couldn't find my regular shovel, and I had to use my square shovel, which was the most inconvenient, not fun thing either. So anyway, got the job done. It looks so beautiful, and I got things weeded. The peony patch I weeded and then cut off all the old dead heavy blooms, just allow more airflow around the roots and such, or the base. And then I just had a little bit of black mulch from another project that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it down over these weeds, because I had a peony bush right here that ended up dying. So this just gets infested with weeds. So I put some newspaper down, got the black mulch down. It looks so pretty. I can just imagine a purple row of hedge, a hedge row of purple, to that vista of the urn, and then other beds, you know, just filled with beautiful cut flowers. I'm so excited. So whenever we can fit it in our budget, I do want to get a bunch of pea gravel and actually finish out these pathways and such around the flowers. I think it'll be like the finishing touch. So I don't know if it'll be this year, probably next. We just have our hands full with everything else, but I'm really happy to use the rest of these lavender plugs from the leftovers up at the lavender fields, and I'm just really excited to watch them grow. So anyway, thank you guys for watching and visiting the Eliot estate.